Welcome back to another video. Happy Monday, everybody, and happy Miner Monday. This is the new format that we're doing on the channel. On Mondays, we're just going to be covering the miners and the projects that I'm involved in here. And before we get started here, want to just let you know that I am not Jed. I'm not Ellie Mae. I'm not Granny. I'm not Mr. Drysdale. Can't stand bankers. Gil is probably a banker. I'm not Mrs. Hathaway, and I'm certainly not Jethro, who's a moron. And I'm definitely not your financial advisor. You got to do your own research. Listen, I think Granny is the most understated and most valuable member of that family. And she's dealing with a bunch of morons there. Ellie's an airhead. Jethro's a moron. Jed is just Jed. And then she has to deal with Mr. Drysdale, the banker, and that no wonder she's angry. And she's always trying to cook up some good victuals for you. So gotta love Granny. Anyway, we're gonna get started here. Listen, I removed all of my referrals links in all of my videos, and I'm not going to put them out there anymore. There's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, if I'm doing what I'm saying these projects are supposed to do, then I shouldn't have to use the referrals. And again, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus who's doing that. That's certainly a viable option, and you can do it. But number one, I don't want to manage people and teams. But number two, I also don't want people to have the argument that I'm up here. The only reason that I'm successful in these projects that I'm telling you about and that I'm showing you is because of the referrals. I have, two people. I have the Healing the D with Drip Network account for Drip that I'm using to donate to local charities, which is what this channel is originally about, even though it's morphed into a passive compounding income. Compounding passive income. I keep switching those words up. Same thing. Compounding passive income channel. But again, I don't want the referrals to be there. So I have the Healing the D with Drip Network Drip account. And then I have my brother Nitro. Shout out to Nitro. Hashtag shout out to Nitro. And then my son. And then later on today, my other son is going to join too. So I only want family and friends to be on my referrals, right? I don't want anybody else saying that that's the only reason I'm growing. And I'm referring them and helping them out so that they can actually grow and become financially independent as well. So that's the biggest reason that I'm doing this. Plus, I'm not taking any. A lot of these big guys that are on here, big YouTubers, they get sponsors. They get people. They tell you about it. They get these different projects, shilling them to help shill their projects and giving them tokens or pre-sale ins and things like that. And that's not what I want to do. I want to look at the projects objectively. I'm not asking you guys for anything. I'm not even asking you guys to like my videos. I want you to like other, YouTubers videos if they're, speaking positively about the projects we're invested in, but, it's not even necessary. I only have my comments turned on, which is a big piece of the Amazon, the YouTube algorithm that helps your channel grow. I don't care. I'm not trying to even grow a YouTube channel, So anyway, that's the reason that I'm not sharing the links anymore. Plus I don't want to feel responsible for anybody getting wrecked. Some of these are highly risky in investments, which miners are. Today's you got to really be careful on some of these. Some of these are going the way of the dodo. So we'll talk about that in a second here. But anyway, that's the reason behind me removing those links. Nobody can say that I've made it or compounded by getting referrals, and so that is the reason why. So we're going to move on. I want to talk about the flywheel effect because the piggy bank and the animal farm are getting ready to relaunch. The pigs portion of the animal farm are getting ready to relaunch on Thursday. And what people don't realize, so Drip and on its own and Drip Garden on their own are just phenomenal projects in my personal opinion, which is why I've invested in them, right? But adding this other aspect of the piggy bank and the other tokens that Forex Shark, who is the developer of Drip and Drip Network, he's basically creating an internal flywheel effect, right? And so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but this is basically Jim Collins. He wrote the book Good to Great, which I highly recommend, right? Really, really good book, been around for a while, but he talks about the flywheel effect, and this is Amazon, but it can apply here to the ecosystem that Forex Shark is building here. He's not doing exactly this, but he kind of is, right? All of these different tokens feed each other. And if you look closely at how the animal farm works, if I put the Drip BUSD pairing into one of the farms or pools, it generates pigs. And you know, that I can get the drip BUSD, I can generate that from Drip Garden, right? And then the pigs can be staked, and then there's the dog tokens and those pairings and the liquidity pools, and those generate pigs also. And then you get BUSD from the piggy bank. It's this big flywheel effect that keeps feeding itself, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, which is what Amazon did, right? They didn't take out profits. They just kept reinvesting those profits early on, and it created this huge flywheel effect. So I'm going to let you guys, there's plenty of videos out there on that, and books. I'm going to let you guys research that, but I excuse me, I did want to cover that because I think that it's really, really good. And I think in terms of how it applies to the animal farm and why I'm really bullish on this starting back up. I do think that we still could, with everything that's going on in the market, see an extended period of continuing drip to drop. I'm still bullish on it. I'm still going to keep compounding. I'm still going to keep buying, you know, as these prices are where they are. I mean, because again, I put a lot in at 100, you know, at $100, you know, $80. So, you know, so that being said, I just want you guys to do your own research on this piece too, and just kind of think about what Forex Shark is really trying to do with this whole ecosystem. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's going to be around long term. I'm very long in the piggy bank. I think I shared my piggy bank strategy with you guys, I believe it was last Monday. So go check that video out as well. I do want to give a shout out to Thomas G, and there's also a video that came out on the Wealthier channel that I listened to this morning as well, that I think is just really good. If you guys aren't taking a macro look at what's going on in the overall economy, shame on you, because there's this domino effect that's taking place right now. I think we're in for major headwinds, and I've been feeling that way for a long time, you know, with the stock market. The Fed's been printing, the stock market's been in this big artificial bubble that, you know, the saying is you can't fight the Fed, right? Because they keep printing, and it's basically causing this, you know, unsustainable growth that's imaginary. There's a lot of zombie companies on the stock market. And so when the stock market is crashing like it has been, and I think that we're going to go back. I lived through 2007, 2008. I was in financial services back then. I'm not anymore. I'm not a licensed financial, you know, representative by any stretch, but I lived through that. A lot of you are not even old enough to remember it or live through it potentially, you know, so lived through that, 2018, 2019. Lived through the fiscal cliff that was there, lived through Europe almost teetering into oblivion with their financial crisis. And if it wasn't for Germany imposing austerity on all those countries, we probably wouldn't be here today. But boy, I'll tell you what, I think we're in a bigger bubble than we were back then. So you guys got to do your research and understand what you're investing in, what's about to happen over the next 2 to 3 years even. You know, and it does not look good. I think we're ready for mass layoffs, but there's opportunity there, right? I think there's opportunity with the investments we have here. I think there's opportunity for other areas, which is why I keep you know, talking about compounding passive income. So hopefully as Drip Network grows and this whole ecosystem, and we get that, you know, wealth that we're hoping we all get and we think we're going to get, and I do believe that, I'm gonna, you know, again, diversify even more. I'm gonna, when the housing market and really the commercial real estate market tanks, I want to invest in that. I want to buy up some commercial real estate properties that are distressed from banks and other people, and get them at a deal. Right now, everything's at an all-time high, and it's coming down. Listen, you got to do your research. So I'm going to leave links to Thomas G's video on the Reservoir. He does a good job walking us through that. And be careful, again, Thomas G's, you know, he's an OG. He's like Stunner Breezy. But he has money to invest that you and I don't yet. He's that baller in that last video I talked about, right? And you and I are that cat getting out, shooting that major air ball and clonking the kid in the head, right? That's us right now if we try and ball too early. So let's let this thing grow. But he talks about the reservoir, and if you're not in the reservoir, you're not being a good citizen. I am in the reservoir. I'm compounding. So anyway, and then I'm going to also leave a link to the Wealthier channel in the video this morning. Adam Taggart is the guy I've been following for about 2 years. He does a really nice job there. So I'll link to that video, and you should follow his channel. It gives you a good macro. He has some great guests on. And then you need to look at, check out Raul Paul's Real Vision channel as well. Even though he's an ETH and Bitcoin maxi, he pretends not to be, but he is. He's heavily invested in both of those. He still has some good guests on, and they talk about some good, you know, macro stuff, and he's a macro guy. So I'm going to leave that there. So listen, be careful, you know, about the people that you listen to and follow, right? Again, I'm not asking you for anything. I'm not asking you to smash anything except, you know, stupidity, racism, poverty. That's what I want you to smash, like other people's videos, but there's people out there that have an agenda, right? And even Google, if you type into Google, Google will tell you and help you find what you want to find, right? If you type in drip network as a scam, it'll pull up all kinds of different articles on people who have that narrative. If you type in drip network is awesome, life-changing, you'll get all kinds of messaging there. So it depends on your narrative going on in terms of what you want to look for. A lot of you are checking it out, but you already have the preconceived notion that something's a scam and you don't want to join it. And that's, you're gonna do everything you can to find that information that substantiates that vantage point and view, because that's what you really want to do. And that's fine. But at the end of the day, you do have to actually try some things out, which is why I'm showing you where things are in my miners here. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump into some of the hydration so I can get you guys out of here. I'm not going to hit this number here. I'm just going to go ahead and hydrate here just because, or compound here, just because I'm not going to hit that 20,000. But before the day is over, I will. So you see, I got 294 sitting there. We'll go ahead and recompound this. And by the way, I am going to let this grow for a full day before the piggy bank launches, because when that kind of waits for this to compound, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here, right? And then I'm going to withdraw. I'm going to claim this one day because I want to put that back in the drip BUSD. So I'm at almost at 20,000 here, but like I said, actually before lunchtime, I'll have hit this. So, but again, 20,000, that's huge. And again, let me go over here. Let me copy this because I want to show you guys what this is going to look like here coming up, man. I mean, it's actually, let me refresh this so I get it up for today. This thing is going to just start to explode. In terms of growth. I've showed you this before, but I want to just take a second and just show you. I mean, I'm going to be very shortly here making 1,000 plants a day. And then right here, May 16th is when I'm targeted, maybe the day before, because I hyper compound, right? So I'm going to be getting 1,000 plants a day by May 16th. And you see how quickly this thing is going to grow. And I know the prices are low. I'm working for that LP. Keep compounding, y'all. Go back and look at my earlier videos where I was when I first started, right? I think it's 2,000 or 3,000 plants is where I was when I first started in here. But look where I am now, because I've been faithfully compounding. So, and I'm bringing this up also because Drip Garden technically is a miner if you really stop and think about it. So anyway, just going to show you guys there. And I'm not going to actually show you guys compounding. I'll just refresh this one, show you where I am with baked beans and give you my perspective here. Baked beans, the contract is going down. I don't have much in here. But I'm pushing up to, I probably will hit, actually, let me just go ahead. I'll compound later, but you see I have right now 600. I like to track it. The reason I'm not going to compound right now is I like to track it. I have the spreadsheet, and I'll show you that in a second, where I track all of this, and it's hard to do it live, and I don't want to make you guys watch me do that, right? But I'll show you where it is, and I'll bring it up next Monday. You'll see where I've compounded in the date here. But basically, this contract is going down. So that 8% that they're promising, you're not getting that. I'm not getting that return. And I've been doing the 6-to-1 faithfully, right? And that's okay, because even if I take this out, as I start taking this out, I'm earning 1.45 BNB, which is probably, $40 or so, a little bit over, maybe 50. So I'm still going to get my BNB that I invested back out. And I'm keep doing on this one, I'm doing the 6-to-1 ratio, because if you start compounding and just taking out, you get even less of an 8% or whatever it is that we're getting right now, right? So those folks who keep doing that, I'm just going to keep doing this until there's nothing left to get, and I'll keep tracking it. So that's why I keep compounding, and I am going to compound. And again, I'm not going to do it live here. CZ's Kitchen, let's talk about this one. I think this one, the contract is going down as well. I didn't put much in this one. I think I threw 1 BNB in here, but again, you see I'm not getting much out either, right? And I'm not going to compound live because I want to track all this stuff. And I'll show you my spreadsheets here in a second. I'm just reviewing these. Wrench bucks, listen, not getting much here, but I didn't invest much. I think I got like 0.2, 0.3, maybe half a BNB in here. But what I found out and what I heard, and I'm going to try this, and what I encourage my son to do, because I have him, I threw him a couple of like 0.2 BNB or BNB to throw into wrench bucks here. I heard that in the contract, there's no penalty for not doing the 6-to-1, and I do not believe this one's going to be around for long. So again, full disclosure, I'm going to basically, every 12 hours, I'm claiming on this one, until I'm not getting anything, and that's okay, because again, I'll move in and to something else here and track that. But here's, and let me jump over to my diamond team too, because this one is only paying 1.5%. It's hanging in there. It's growing. I did throw another 0.6 BNB because I just wanted to have 2 in here, right? You can see my deposits here. But I wanted to bring it up. But I have probably 1.7 of my own personal BNB in there. And so you see what this is generating. I compounded last night at about, I don't know, 6:30 or so. So anyway, I got $5 here waiting for me. This one's okay. It'll be around for a while. And these are the devs of the Piston token, which I'm not going to talk about today. But here's where I am excited. I'm excited about the BUSD crop farmer here. And you can see where I've, let me refresh this, where things are after 12 hours. I got about 63. Actually, so it's like $1.25, $1.30 per crop that you're getting here. And you can see right now on a 24-hour period, I'm estimated to generate, $140. And you get a compounding bonus here, which again, I'll do that in an hour and 12 minutes here. But I really like the mechanics here because it forces everybody to do the right thing. And you get a major hit if you withdraw before you compound 10 times. It's 80% tax on that, right? Lower interest rates on these. I know they're saying 8%, but I heard the devs are dropping this down to 6%, and I'm actually, projecting 6% in my pro forma, which I'll show you in a second. So I love this one, love the mechanics. I think this one's going to be around for a long time. I'm still not going to put my referral link out there because I don't want you guys to do that. I did this one because I gave my son $100 to put in, and again, you see that I got $8 for that. So again, it's not even his own money that he put in; it's mine, right? So again, that's what this is about. So I'll call that out. And then the other one too, in this whole family, I like this whole team and what they're doing. Same thing here. I got a referral because I gave my son 0.2 to put in BNB to put in for the BNB crop farmer here. I like these same mechanics and same concept. I'll tell you, any of these projects, new projects they come out with, I'm probably going to invest in. I didn't do the USDC farmer because I don't like the AVAX, blockchain. I just don't. So let me go ahead and show you my tracker here and what I'm tracking. I showed, here's what I compounded on Saturday after sunset, right? So BNB got about 0.402, made $152 here. CZs Kitchen, I withdrew $37. Grinch Bucks, I got $8. My diamond team too, I got $9, and so about total I withdrew about $207. And by the way, on my main drip account, I claimed 2.44, which I'm going to airdrop to. One is going to be airdrop to healing the D with Drip Network drip account. They're going to get one because I promised that I would do that, and then also I'm going to just distribute the 1.44 between my brother and my 2 sons after that in that airdrop. So that being said, here's the pro forma, and I'll just jump in to kind of show you why I'm not compounding, because I track all of this stuff. Every time I compound, I go in here, track when I did it, and I'm not going to go through all of these, but you can see kind of what's going on, right? And again, I'm still working on this and building this. I want it automated so I can just kind of do a quick peek in to see where things are, but that's why I'm not compounding now. I'll show you next week. You can look at it next week and pause it and see, if I did what I said I was going to do, right? But this is my pro forma based on all of these miners that I'm in. It does not include the drip garden, by the way, in terms of where things are going to be. So, right. So I think this pay period, in terms of, I'm just marking out my, personal pay periods of what I want to take out. This is where this thing is going to grow if these interest rates and these contracts stay steady or where they're heading, right? So you can see how quickly this thing goes, right? And so will this happen? I don't know. That's why you're here. I'm going to be a legend or loser, one of the two, right? But I'm also not putting you at risk. I'm not asking you to do it. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm telling you not to. Gil, I know that you're mad that you don't have access to make comments, and my goodness, man, why can't I comment on anything? But your wife Karen doesn't want you investing in this high risk stuff. She wants you back on that treadmill working, and building that 401k, which is tanking right now. You guys got to be careful, man. I'll tell you, before the pandemic hit last time and back in 2019, I pulled all of my 401k into cash until I was able to actually liquidate it and start moving into crypto here. I'm concerned about the market and where we are, but do your own research. So anyway, this is where things are tracking. We're at 20 minutes already. I apologize for the length, but again, I wanted to just, be transparent and show you. Going forward, I'll just give you a quick snapshot. I will do the compounding, but I just wanted to talk about those things. I think it's very important because of where we are with the overall markets and the macro view. So that's going to do it. You guys have an awesome Miner Monday. We will see you on the next video.